Yeah, the ghost is back, family. I miss y'all. I miss all of y'all, family. One thing I do want to say is I want to give all praises to the mighty Yahweh. Praise Yah for everything. Um, I'm gonna go through the Zohar today. One person that I do believe is a good brother, and I love this brother, brother Nasi. Um, he let him do his thing over there, and I appreciate the brothers beating up on SETI. And that's why I really don't want to put his name on this thing too hard. I'm just gonna put it like in the little description. I'm just gonna say because it is kind of dedicated to that brother. We're gonna be going over the Zohar because it only really applies to brothers like him. He said he gave validity to this book. I want to show it has no validity. Like I said, I do love the brother. And I remember one of his videos when he first got his channel, and I was listening to his teaching, and he gave respect to the Moray Alicia Israel. He said one quote that he always said: "If you got too many people listening to you, then there may be something wrong with that. When the masses are listening hard, to what you perceive to be the truth is going to hurt. The truth is like fire, and the people is like the wood. And only the people that can go through the fire can be are refined. But those who can't, they flee from the truth. But right here we're just seeing a piece of the Zohar. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through different pages in the Zohar that I've scanned and let you read it for yourself. Right here it says the reason. Let me read this right here. The reason was that LeBaron and Armin was famous throughout the world as a master magician and sorcerer whose spell no man could escape. He was, in fact, the father of Beor, who was the father of Balaam, mentioned in the scriptures as Balaam, the son of Beor, the soothsayer. But for all LeBaron's skill and preeminence in sorcery and magic, he could not prevail over Jacob, though he employed all his arts to destroy him. As it says, an Armenian designed to destroy my father. And all the world knew that LeBaron was the greatest in wizards and sorcerers and magicians. So right here, basically, the Zohar is trying to say that LeBaron was a wizard and all that. And of course, we put a witch to death. I have to go to that scripture. We can go to Leviticus. I can show you put witches to death many different places. So this is talking about witchcraft. Of course, he's a person of another nationality, LeBaron. But why are these? I mean, you just have to question it. I'm gonna keep it moving, man. There's a lot of craziness in here. I'm not gonna stop. Okay. Let's read this, man. In fact, I wish I had the page right here. It says, I'm going to start from the top. Him and bore offspring, which are called plagues of the offspring of Adam. And it has been affirmed that when a man is sleeping and is not in control of himself, he is assailed by an unclean spirit, and sometimes by a number of unclean female spirits who draw him into himself, conceive from him, and give birth to spirits and demons. These sometimes appear in the form of human beings, save they have no hair on their heads. Damn. Unclean female spirits with no hair on their head, and therefore incumbent on man to be on guard against them, and not to let them be contaminated by them, but to follow the path of Torah. There is no man fall asleep in his bed in the nighttime, but he be a foretaste of death. Okay, let me get down. Let me go all the way down here. Let me read down here. Like I said, I got a lot more for y'all. Check out this Jewish book that some of the brothers in Israel that we love was promoting. Saying, oh yeah, well yeah, the Kabbalah or the Tree of Life comes from the Zohar. Yeah, it comes from this garbage book. We was in a debate with SETI. He came from this book. Like I said, I love you, brother. So it ain't even. I like the moves you making, all that. You know what I'm saying? But just know we gonna call you out on this when the time comes, brother, and we all, reason together, sit down, because we gonna come, and we just gonna bring this to the table. Say so. Balaam went alone like a snake that goes alone and lurks in by paths and lanes, the object of attracting to him an unclean spirit. For he who walks alone at certain periods, in certain places, even in a town, attracts to himself the unclean spirit. Hence, no one should ever go on a lonely road, even in a city, but only where people are about, nor should a man go out in the nighttime when people are no longer about. It is for a similar reason that it is written, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, so that not to leave the dead body which is alone without a spirit above ground in the night. The wicked Balaam, however, for that very reason went alone like a serpent. Tried to. So right here we're saying that you can attract unclean spirits by walking around at night and all this. So it's teaching you witchcraft and all this, teaching you how to, attract the unclean spirit. Also telling you LeBaron was doing witchcraft and all this. This is Judaism, okay? Well, some of our brothers are in, and then some brothers don't even want me to tell you this kind of stuff. They don't even want. They say, well, you know what? Why are you doing this? But let me keep it moving, man. Okay. Read. Let me see. Let me go here. And as you can see the where we're at in the Zohar, the page, all this. Now, right here, it says, now Simeon, who was under the zodiac sign of the Taurus, set upon the ass so as to prevent the two from joining. Now what? Now this is talking about zodiac signs. That's what the Zohar is talking about. Family? Family. I know you love zodiac signs, so half of the people in here, okay, that's okay. Zodiac signs. But no, that's a no-no for brothers who know. So a lot of you brothers, I mean, it is what it is. If it's nothing to you, gonna keep it moving. All right? What does this say? Let me read this, starting here. Rabbi Haya further discoursed on the text. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, and slumbering upon the bed, there he opened the ears of man, and by their chastisement telleth the decree. Job was at 30. You all see it right here, 33 and 15. Okay, through 16. When a man retires to rest, he said, it behooves him first to acknowledge the kingdom of heaven, and then to say in a short prayer. For when a man goes to bed and sleeps, his soul leaves him and soars aloft. God then reveals to the soul through that grade which proceed over the soul future events or things which correspond to a man's own thoughts so as to serve as an admonition to him. So right here in this Judaism, and then you'll never want a white Jew to ever try to debate me. Not a white Jew, because I get in that Talmud. Not, one of these Jewish niggas who want to, follow the enemy and say, oh, no, the enemy stole it from us, so we just getting it back. Okay, right here, his soul leaves him. So basically right here it's saying his soul leaves his body. All right, family? We know that's a lie. Oh, when he goes to sleep, his soul's not there anymore. Let's keep going. All right. I mean, this might be a light thing to you guys. Say a man should not tell his dream save to a friend, otherwise the listener may pervert the significance of the dream and cause delay in its fulfillment. You can take that. I mean, it might be, if you think it's good advice. Let me keep it moving. I got more stuff. Wow, look at this. Wow. All right. This is a lot of crap. Where do I want to start? All right. She approaches the gate of terrestrial parade, where she saw the cherub, the guardians of the gates of paradise, and sat down near the flashing sword, to which she was akin to in origin. For she saw the flashing sword revolving, she fled and wandered about the world, and finding children liable to punish, she maltreated and killed them. See right here, when Cain was born, this Akafa tried for a time without success to attach herself to him, but at length she had intercourse with him and bore spirits and demons. Adam, for 130 years, had intercourse with female spirits until Naamah was born. She, by her beauty, led astray the sons of God, Uzzah and Azel, and she bore them children. And so from her went forth evil spirits and demons into the world. She wandered about at night time, vexing the Son of Man, and causing them to defile themselves. Wherever these spirits find people sleeping alone in a home, they hover over them, lay hold of them, and cleave to them, inspire desire in them, and beget from them. They further inflict disease on them without their being aware. All this through the diminishment of the moon, diminution of the moon. So right here we seeing these spirits is flying up. They sucking life out of you. All right? Let's keep it moving, man. And then right here, I want to know, this is the same angel that's in the book of Enoch. And I can show you the book of Enoch is lies. I already did that. This is the same angel right here. Azel and Uzzah. Same two, actually. Uzzah and Azel. Both of them in the book of Enoch. Kind of spelled a little different with an I. Let me keep going. This is not that big of a deal, but down here you see Jehovah Elohim. It says Jehovah in there. I mean, it is what it is. You know. Let me read some over here. I think I put some brackets. The stars are a reminder of forces and the hosts, which countless in number, which are suspended in the firmament of heaven, which is the life of the universe, as it is written. Okay, let me keep going. Okay. Now we're seeing a whole bunch of lies. You know what I'm saying? We got people on YouTube that may be similar to me. You know, I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I'm not going to be prideful about that. I'm hoping somebody be similar to me. I'm not the only. Of course not. I ain't going to be like prideful or whatever. But let's read this. There are 5 sections among the mixed multitude: Nephilim, Gibberim, Anakim, Rephaim, Amalekites. The Amalekites are those who are left from the time of the flood, from those of whom it is written, he blotted out all living substance. Those who have been left from this class in its fourth captivity made themselves leaders by main force and are scourges to Israel. Of them it is written, for the earth is full of violence because of them. These are the Amalekites. Of the Nephilim, literally fallen ones, it is said, the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and these from the second category of the Nephilim, which mentioned above is way. When Elohim thought of making man, he said, let us make man in our image, etc. He intended to make them head over the celestial beings, who were of of his deputies, like Joseph over the governors of Egypt. The angels thereupon began to malign themselves and say, what is man that they should remember him, seeing that he will assuredly sin before thee? Said God to them, if ye were on earth like him, ye would sin worse. And so it was, for when the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of man, they fell in love with them. And God cast them down from heaven. These were Uzzah and Azel. Right here, we're seeing the same angels that are in the book of Enoch. Now, family, like I said, I'm just reading this. I love the family. But if you believe the book of Enoch is the truth, then you're up for a rude rating. I hope not. And from them the mixed multitude derived their souls. And therefore they are called Nephilim, because they fall into fornication with fair women. Well, this God casts them out from the future world, which they have no portion, and gives them a reward in this world, as it is written. He repays his enemies to their faces. So right here we're seeing that this Jewish book is garbage. It's lies and wickedness. But, you know, I mean, we can keep it moving. Let me see. Now, right here it's talking about studying the Talmud is bitter. Hold on. I hope I got the whole thing. Hold on. Yes, I do. All right. Right here you're saying similarly, the study of Talmud, so it's talking about the Talmud right here, is bitter. By means of Torah. Hold on. Let me do that one more time. It said right here, the study of the Talmud is bitter compared with that of esoteric wisdom, of which it is said, and God showed him a tree, and this tree of life, and through it the waters were sweetened. Woo-wee! So right here, this is why we may have some brothers, like the brother I mentioned, that beat up on Seti, that compared with that of esoteric wisdom, which is said. So esoteric wisdom is dealing with this Zohar and this tree of life. So this esoteric wisdom, and now it's talking about this tree of life, in which if you check out the Seti versus Nasi debate, the brother Nasi brings out a tree of life, and he's dealing with this wicked book. So I just want to throw that out there real quick. I'm gonna keep it moving. Now, right here is talking about Enoch. I'm not gonna get too deep into this. Like I said, the book of Enoch is lies. But what it says right here is, you know, it might not be lying too much right here about Enoch, about what the Almighty said in the scriptures about Enoch, to the highest heavens, and there presenting him wonderful. Oh, right here. Now this is the stuff they add to it right here. Look, check it out. God removed Enoch from earth and took him up to the highest heavens, and there presented to him wonderful treasures, including 45 mystical key combinations of graven letters, which are used by the highest ranks of angels, as has been explained elsewhere. So right here, this is kind of validating the book of Enoch, where he came up and he was like the prophet to the angels. The book as what Enoch was, but that's a lie. The book of Enoch is garbage, and I wish one of you people say, "Oh no, it's not garbage." In fact, I think I'm going to be able to go through the book of Enoch. I'm hoping I already scanned it, because I'm getting these done now. Let me keep it moving, though. This is some crazy stuff. Let me see. She shall be unclean 7 days, because for 7 days spirits do not go in to abide with her. For 7 days the spirit seeks for its place in the body, and only on the 8th day does it settle there, so that the body and the soul may appear before the mantra and unite with her. Okay, talking about a woman's period. So I guess the soul does something, when you're in your period, according to the Zohar. Check it out. Check out where it's at in the Zohar. I'm gonna keep it moving. Let me keep it going. Here we go again. We got the brother bringing that tree of life. Okay, right here, the tree of life. We already know that Kabbalah. Okay, right here. R. Yehuda, R. Isaac were once traveling together. They stopped in a certain field and to pray, and they went on. And Rabbi Yehuda then commenced to discourse on the Torah, talking for his text. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold on her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. The tree of life is the Torah, which is great and mighty tree. It's also called Torah, literally showing. So right here, it's talking about the Torah, the tree of life, but no, they always showing the tree of life, and then they got one of them wisdom, one of them, all that garbage, that Kabbalah garbage that people like the Madonna do. I mean, I looked up the garbage. It's really wickedness and folly, that Kabbalah madness that the Zohar comes. Let's keep reading the Zohar though, because some people are going to still say I'm wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just doing it for the love. I love all the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Especially if brother want to do the commandments, like Nasi. It's not a lot of people like that, man. That's a dying breed, right? Somebody that wants to do the commandments, that's a righteous spirit, Right here it says, Eve bore Cain from the filth of the serpent, and therefore from him were descended all wicked generations. Okay? All wicked generations. All right. Let me keep it moving. You're going to hear Nasi talk about celestial stuff. He does not reveal to the celestial holy ones angels, and therefore Moses was able to crown himself among those holy ones. So right here, listen, you know what I'm saying? The reason I got into the Zohar is because of Nasi mentioning the shit. And I know I'm saying the brother name too much, but I got a respect for the brother, man, because I wanted somebody to beat up on Seti. You know what I'm saying? Because he talking about goat herders and all that, and I was cool with Seti. I got a video talking about I'm cool with Seti. Okay, here you go again, talking about the serpent having sex with Eve. The serpent injected 24 kinds of uncleanness into the female when he was joined to her, so that 24 punishments are aroused above and 24 below. All that garbage. Let me keep moving, man. I'm getting sick of this book anyway, for real, already. It's been like 20 minutes. Check this out. Check this out, and look, and listen. Nobody can defend this book right here. Let's check it out. Cain was one type of Kelim because he came partly from another side, which was not of the species of Adam and Eve. And his offering also came from that side. So, and let me tell you, basically they're saying that they're different celestial species, meaning that Cain was half snake. And that snake was an angel. That angel Satan. So that basically meaning that Cain was half angel. And that's why he did that wicked stuff. Half Satan. Let me keep going, man. Talk about celestial species. You can read all this. That's why I put it on there, so you can read it. All right? Okay. For a soul cannot enter a second body till the first is buried. Okay. Just as it's not fitting for a man to take a second wife before the first is buried. What? Okay. For another reason why the body should be buried on the same day that it is when the soul departs from the body, it cannot enter into another world until it is invested with another body form of light. So Elijah had two bodies, one in which he appeared on earth, and one in which he appeared among celestial angels. So long as the body remains unburied, the soul suffers pain, and an unclean spirit rests upon the body. Therefore, the body should not be kept overnight, because by night the unclean spirit spread over the earth, attacking or seeking for a body without a soul to defile it further. So right here we're saying, man, this is what the Zohar is teaching people. All right, man. I don't really want to do 2, 3 ones. I'm just keep it moving. All right. Here goes some more lies. Check it out. The set feast of Yah, which shall be proclaimed in holy convocations. Rabbi Isaac said, "It is written, and God called the light day." Does this mean that light called day exists by itself? No, for it says, "In the darkness he called night." Does this mean that each exists separately? No, for it says, "There was evening and there was morning, one day." This shows that there is no day without night, no night without day. And on the account of the interlocking, they are called one. Similarly, the Holy One, blessed is he, the community of Israel are called one, them together, but not then parting. And so now the community of Israel is in exile. She is. So right here it says no day without night and no night without day. Now, it says that does this mean that they exist separately? Are they separated? Is day and night separated? And it says, no, day and night are not separated, because they don't want to separate day and night. This is what the Jewish man, this is like I told you before, this is the only place you'll find this, is with the Jewish man. Read right here. Rabbi Yehuda said to Rabbi Abba, "Seeing that the 7 days of Passover are all days of joy, why do we not say to the complete Hallel on all of them as on tabernacles? As on the tabernacles." Right here, it's not 7 days of Passover. So I don't know if somebody did a error. We only did 1 day of Passover. We got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. What is it talking about here? But of course, it will be errors in this book because it's garbage. It's Gentile garbage, for real. Let me keep it moving. Right here. Check me out. Check me out. All those that come from the violent side are attached to the evil species. The lower crown, like Azel on the Day of Atonement, are called, are called depths. So right here, we're seeing this same wicked angel's name right here. Let me keep it moving, though, man. All right, let's see what this one says. This is all Jewish garbage, but, you want to see it, learn something. All right, right here it says, Zohar, he said, Caleb separated himself from other species and went alone to Hebron in order to prostrate himself at the cave of Melchpah before the graves of the patriarchs. Oh, said, but my servant Caleb, in whom it was written, because he had another spirit within him and it followed me fully. Another spirit signifies that Caleb separated himself and bowed in front of some graves. So the reason that it said Caleb had another spirit is because he bowed in front of people's dead bodies at a graveyard site. That's what it's saying in this book. So, I mean, it's a whole bunch of garbage in this book, man. It's so much lies in it. It's ridiculous. But I'm going to keep going. Right here, check this out. The word night is commonly taken to include those evening hours which fall before midnight. But the real night only begins with actual stroke of midnight. What? So night doesn't really end until the stroke of midnight. That's what I'm talking about. When people believe the day starts at evening, it's because they got a Jewish mentality. with a Jewish doctrine. That's not even the Quran or the New Testament. That's Judaism. It's not none of the. But let me keep it moving though, man. 'Cause of course they're gonna say this right here is nutso. For this reason, in order to draw towards himself the unclean spirit from that supernatural serpent, the wicked Balaam besmirched himself nightly by bestial intercourse with an ass, and he would then proceed to his divinations and sorceries. To begin with, he would take one of the familiar serpents. Okay, I thought it was spirits. Tie him up, break its head, and extract his tongue. Then he would take certain herbs and burn them in an incense. He would then take the head serpent, split it into the four sections, offer it up as a second offering. Finally, he traced a circle around himself, mumbled some words, and made some gestures until he became possessed of an unclean spirit, who told him all that they knew from the side of the heavenly dragon. And he thus continued his magical practices until he became possessed of the spirit of the primeval serpent. It is thus that we understand the passage. He went not, as with other times, to most of them, enchantment serpents. Why is it that many kinds of magics and divinations are only found in women? Well, Rabbi Isaac replied, thus I have learned that when the serpent had intercourse with Eve, he injected defilement into her, but not into her husband. Wow, okay, so let me get off here, man. 31 minutes already of this wicked book, the Zohar, but let me keep going, man. Right here, this agrees with the New Testament. Uzzah and Azel, whom the Holy One cast from heaven, and who were chained in the iron fetters, that they should impart to the sons of man the knowledge of magic. So right here, this is right here is confirming the book of Enoch, which says the same thing about how they're gonna bound. They got bound the angels with fetters of iron and all that, and the sons of man, the knowledge of magic, the knowledge of reading, and all that coming from their offspring and all this garbage. This is all right here confirming the book of Enoch, which is lies. Let me read this. During the period of a woman's menstruation, a man must keep away from her, as then she is in close touch with the unclean spirit, and therefore, at such a period, wait, hold on. An unclean spirit. Okay, yeah. During the period of a woman's menstruation, a man must keep away from her. And then she is in close touch with the unclean spirit, and therefore, at such a period, she will be more successful in the use of magic arts than at any other time. So she'd be more successful in magic arts when she's unclean and on her period, because that's when the unclean spirits is really good in her, because she's bleeding. It's what the Zohar is saying. Let me keep it going though. It's saying a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm trying to run through this real quick. Let's see what this says. Further, as a rainbow exhibit three colors, green, white, and red, Rebecca was 3 years old when Isaac took her, and he begat offspring when she was 60 years old. This being a ripe age for producing a child like Jacob, who should be endowed with all good qualities according to God's design. What? Let's read this right here. Check this out. If we could say that Rebecca was then 20 years old or more, or even 13 years old, well, we could indeed commend her for not imitating the conduct of her surroundings. But since, as previously said, she was only a child of 3 years, how can we ascribe to her any merit on this account? So Rabbi Yehuda said in reply, though she was but 3 years old, she had shown her character by what she did for Abraham's servant. Wow. So only when she was 3 years old did she do that for Jacob. Okay, whatever. Let's keep moving. This is what the Zohar says. Right here it's just saying Torah is the tree of life again. Right here. So let me keep moving. The seraphim. Okay. Right here. LeBaron was a great sorcerer. There was no other work which required time in no way. Now, this magic idol was continuously uttering evil counsel and prompting to mischief. Right here, it's a magic idol. And LeBaron with his magic arts again. We're going to see why they get bar mitzvahs at 13. But the good prompter first comes to man only on the day he begins to purify himself, to wit, when he reaches the age of 13 years. From that time, the youth finds himself attending by two companions, one on his right and other on his left, the former being the good prompter, the latter being the evil prompter. So right here we had a situation where we got the angel on the side and the devil on the other side. This is a Kabbalah Zohar type situation that you have seen in all these cartoons. Yeah. Let me keep going though. But in fact, I'm going to stop. I have more, but it's already 37 minutes, man. It's dedicated to my brother. And I'm going to give all praises to the mighty Yahweh for sustaining his servant. But we all do the laws and statutes of the Almighty. Praise Yah.